Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday. Okay, I feel like I got to keep saying this for you liberals over and over again. It's like it just doesn't sink in. So let's say this really good for you. I had a comment the other day, kind of like this dumbass one, that was like, I'm going to bookmark this so when he loses in November, I'm going to come back and comment. Yeah. Okay. Say November comes and he loses. Okay. Like, I'm not going to be part of the voting class that is actively participating in voting for the implant that the DC establishment have crowned in the demise of this country for my fellow Americans that are struggling in this economy, that have watched our southern border be overrun by millions of people getting federal handouts by us, the hardworking middle-class taxpayers of this country. Okay? I'm not going to be part of that. I will rest my head on my pillow at night knowing that I did my best on my social media platforms and in my voting booth to not elect the corporate establishment, part of the system that is destroying the country. You know, the party that loves war and loves funding war. The party that can't figure out, that men don't belong in our bathrooms, in our changing rooms, and our sports teams while preaching to you about women's rights. I'm not going to be part of that class that wants to hang out with fucking celebrities and tell them how wonderful they are to each other, like Kamala did on Oprah yesterday, where all the celebrities called in and they're like, oh, we just love you. No, I'm not going to be part of that. Because the celebrities, you know what? The illegal migrants aren't being dropped off in the celebrities' neighborhoods. No, yeah. They're not wondering which bill not to pay so they can afford their rent and their mortgage. Yeah, they're fucking celebrities. So they don't understand what America middle grounds are going through right now. Okay? So I'm not going to be part of that class. If that's what you are, fucking great. But I'm not going to be part of that. Okay? I'll say this again. I think you guys think that we've got fucking shrines to Donald Trump in our houses. Let me make it another time. I've said this a million times, but let me say it again because you guys are the fucking hard of hearing. Donald Trump is a candidate in an election that I'm going to be supporting. The only person I worship is God. That's it. That's who I worship. I don't worship Donald Trump. Okay? I know Donald Trump is not a perfect man, and I know Donald Trump has made mistakes. But I also know that Donald Trump is way more qualified to run this country than the DC plan. Okay? Or the dude with full-blown dementia that just last month, all of you sane people were saying was mentally fit for the job. Okay? I'm not going to let the corporate media establishment continue to lie to my face. I prefer to use critical thinking. Okay? I know he's not perfect. I know he's made mistakes. But he is much more qualified to do the job. We're losing our democracy if he gets elected. Did you lose your democracy when he was running and he was already in office for 4 years? Did this democracy just go poof and run away? No. Women, did you lose your rights for the 4 years that he was in office? Nope, you sure didn't. No rights were lost. No world ended. No sky fell, Chicken Little. But yeah, so I will do my part to dismantle the left-wing lies and the little Democrat paid puppets on this app that run their, all day long lying to you and you guys eat it up. I came onto this site to be able to do that and dismantle it. And because I'm somewhat of a truth teller and a critical thinker, I had 9 accounts be banned on this app. This is my 10th one. Thank God I don't use this to make money on this app, that's for sure. But for people that do make money on this app and getting their accounts banned, it's complete horseshit because freedom of speech is absolutely under attack in this country. When you had Facebook Mark Zuckerberg come out and absolutely admit that the Biden-Harris administration pressured him to deplatform American citizens and that he said, quote, if it was to happen again, he wouldn't be so quick to do it. Okay? So you see top Democrats jumping ship because this Democrat Party isn't the old JFK Democrat Party, that's for sure. This Democrat Party is all about ideology. Yeah, and putting up celebrities like Billie Eilish and Taylor Swift and all these people to come out and be like, we just love Kamala, she's so wonderful. And her entire campaign is running on joy and empathy and kindness. Well, joy, empathy, and kindness don't pay my bills. They don't lower my interest rates. They don't make the grocery prices. They don't do any of that stuff. Joy, empathy, and feelings, yeah, they don't pay my bills and close the southern border or deport all of these migrants that don't belong in our country that we are paying for, the working middle class in this country while they're getting federal handouts. Yeah. Just yesterday, Representative Nancy introduced a standalone bill A standalone bill that 50 Democrats voted yes on, but 153 voted no. You want to know what that bill was? Standalone bill, mind you. That if it was an illegal migrant came into this nation and hurt or raped or murdered an American citizen, that they would be immediately deported. And 153 Democrats voted no on that bill. A standalone bill. So before you come at me and go, what else was in the bill? Nothing. It was a standalone bill. So tell me again how Democrats are the party that care about women. Especially when 50 Democrats, even Jerry Nadler, I think his name was like, this is a pretty up in front bill. There's no reason to vote against it. So if you're an illegal person that came here illegally and you hurt or rape or murder an American citizen, you would be able to get immediately deported and out of this country. Why are Democrats voting no on that? But supposedly are the party about women. Like, you guys got to wake up. And that's why I came on this site. I don't give a fuck about social media. I don't care if my videos go viral. I don't care if you like what I say or not. But what I'm not going to do is be complacent in the elite Washington corrupt establishment politicians that have absolutely filled their pockets and their lobbyist pockets off of our money while systematically destroying this country and making it absolutely unaffordable and unsafe to live in. Kamala sat there last night on Oprah talking about how she's got a gun, and if someone breaks into my house, honey, you know, she got to get that little accent going. Well, they're going to be shot. Meanwhile, every day on her Twitter is saying, ban assault weapons now. Ban weapons now. I'm going to use an executive order for a mandatory gun buyback program. But she'll sit on Oprah and be like, hell yeah, honey, I'm a gun owner. You guys want to believe that garbage? I don't. I see right through her. And so does a big portion of America. And that's why you're seeing Donald Trump's arenas packed, outside, packed. Kamala, yeah, she got to pay people to show up. She got to pay people on this app to run her lies. And what bothers you most is that you see he's winning in the polls, and you see that America is done with the corporate establishment. Like I said, how long did you think America was going to lay asleep while they locked us down in our homes and closed our small business while they let big corporations stay open? Where they forced our kids to wear masks and they forced millions of Americans to get an experimental you-know-what or lose their jobs, their pensions, their retirements. How long did you think that sleeping giant of the American citizens was going to allow this corporate government to be this way before they stood up and said no more and put their trust once again in the guy that was in office for 4 years that they spied on and deplatformed and impeached and lied about him? Phony this, phony that, phony trials, phony SA cases, twice almost killed. Yeah. I'm proud to say that I cast my vote come November with Donald J. Trump. And I know he's not perfect and I know he's made mistakes, but I know to my core that he is 1,000% better than the DC corporate plant that none of you Democrats voted for. Nope. No primary, no nothing. And her own party wouldn't let anybody else run a campaign against her, like RFK or Jill Stein. They participatedly sued these people to keep them off of the campaign trails and out of debates. Because that's what democracy is, right? Saving democracy. Yeah. If that's what democracy looks like to you, then I don't know what to tell you. But I want no part of that. Okay? So spare me. If November comes and Donald Trump, for whatever reason, loses, I don't see that happening unless some fuckery comes. And you know what I mean by fuckery. I don't see that happening. But even if it does, I'm going to rest my head on my pillow at night and know that I was not part of the downfall of this country. Okay? And that I used my platform to spread truth and awareness and dismantle the left lies. And if that upsets y'all's fragile feelings, then I guess that's what it does. Trump 2024 and good talk.